How women fall in love. Hi, gentlemen. I have interviewed 10 of my girlies who are either engaged or married, so you don't have to. And I asked them, what did falling in love look like or feel like for you? And this is what they had to say. Number one, I laughed a lot, and I totally agree with that. Number two, he inspires me to be and to do better. 3, he compliments my femininity. I feel like the woman I want to be when I'm around him. Number 4, in a room full of people, I always turn to him for safety. And number 5, probably my most favorite, is that he puts me in my place sometimes. You're welcome.
All she's talking about is having a masculine identity. That's all she's talking about. I'll prove it to you. I'll go through each talking point that she had, and I'll show you all it takes is your masculine identity to make this happen, provided that you are with a compatible woman. You understand? Compatibility and attraction is still a very big factor when it comes to making a connection, when it comes to a woman falling in love. Because as we know, men do not fall in love. Women do. That is a thing for women to do. A man loves unconditionally. A man loves abundantly. It's a woman who needs to fall into love. All right. So number 1 is they laughed a lot. OK, of course, having a sense of humor is very important. But guess what? Anyone can tell a joke, but it is your identity that makes the joke hit the way that it does. You understand what I'm saying? Because Dave Chappelle is one of the funniest cats on this planet. But if I retold you one of his jokes, you probably wouldn't laugh as much. Right? Because that joke belonged to Dave Chappelle. And here's the thing. When you have a masculine identity, there are different sides of you. So trust me, there is a humorous side to you. You understand? You may not have really tapped into it and so on and so forth. And check this out. When a woman is really attracted to you and really feeling you, almost anything you say can be considered funny. That's another thing you got to consider. You understand? So a lot of guys will look at this and say, oh, well, now, I got to be funny. I got to study comedy. No, you don't have to do that. All you have to do is be yourself and find a woman that enjoys your company so much that she finds a lot of the things that you say to be humorous, because the woman will laugh not simply because of the content of your conversation, but she laughs because of the joy and the peace that she feels when she's with you because of your masculine identity, because it's you specifically. Right? Because she could be hanging with another guy, but she won't feel exactly the same, because the reason why she feels how she feels specifically is because of your unique masculine identity. Number 2, inspiring a woman to be and to do better. Again, your masculine identity. When a man has a masculine identity, he shows his unique and specific personality. He shows his unique and specific identity, his masculine identity. And with your masculine identity comes a unique and specific purpose that you should be striving to enhance at all times. And what will happen is that if you are always developing your masculine identity and gaining self-knowledge, you understand? And knowing who you are, gaining knowledge of self and evolving and working on your ambitions and working on your purpose as a man, your God-given purpose, and as well as the purpose that you have given to yourself. When a woman sees that type of ambition, when a woman sees that type of specificity when it comes to what you are working towards as far as your goals and certain other things that are very specific to you, it will inspire her to be better and do better. And check this out. It'll also inspire her to find the strengths inside her that can help you, because she sees the value of your vision. She sees the value of your journey, and she sees the value of your masculine identity. And so she wants to find any strength that she has within, any positive point of her personality, any special part of her. She wants to use that in order to enhance your journey to make you become more successful, because deep down, she knows that the more successful you are as a man is the better off she will be as your woman. OK, number 3 is where she talks about he compliments my femininity. And she says he feels like the woman she wants to be when she's around him. Again, masculine identity, your masculine presence. Right. Because you carry yourself a certain way and she is compatible to you, everything about the way she feels when she's with you simply makes sense. And when things start to make sense to a woman, she starts to relax and settle into her feminine, because she can look to her man as a source of confidence, as a source of leadership, as a source of order, as a source of prestige. Her man is a beacon. See, the feminine is all about nurturing. The feminine needs the other to feel complete. The feminine needs the masculine in order for their perspective to even make sense. Do you understand? And so when she says, I feel like the woman I'm supposed to be when I'm with him, it is directly because of his masculine identity, directly because of who he is as a man and his authenticity and the confidence that he has within himself and his own identity. That is what allows her, through compatibility and attraction, to be able to relax and settle into her feminine. And so because he is who he is, then she sees that she can be who she's supposed to be. Do you understand? And so these are the things that work together, especially when a man and a woman are compatible. So when you have a man and a woman who are compatible, and then the man has a masculine identity, the woman naturally can display her feminine identity, so to speak. Do you understand? So because he is, I am. That's really what she's saying. Because he is, I am. Okay, that's all she's saying, because the feminine nature is dependent on something else in order to have purpose, right? Literally, a woman's purpose is to spring forth offspring and nurture that offspring. That is a woman's main purpose in this reality, whether we want to admit it or not. Like, all these other conversations on the podcast or whatever. That's a woman's main purpose when it comes to nature and God. Okay, so a woman is literally saying, because he is, I am. And that is because of a man's masculine identity. Number 4, she says, in a room full of people, I always turn to him for safety. And that's how it should be. That's how it should be. And here's how it works with the masculine identity. Your masculine identity is something that seldom changes. So what does that do? When things about a man are consistent, right? When a man has a consistent character, the people that he loves and cares for and manages begin to trust in his character. Why? Because his character is so consistent. So in a room full of people, who else would she feel safe with? Because she hasn't had enough experience with the other people in the room to see the consistency of their character. But if she's been with this guy, and she sees how consistent his character is, even if it's only been a few months. But within the few months, she sees that he has a consistency in his character, meaning that he doesn't change, meaning that he has a masculine identity. Because if in her mind, she always can know who he is, if in her heart and emotions, she can always know who he is, she can trust in him. And the reason why she can know who he is because he knows who he is. So in a room full of people, she is naturally going to cleave to him for safety. That's literally how it works. And that's how the masculine identity works. So number 5 is he puts me in my place sometimes. Now, listen, if you vetted a chick well enough and you have a consistent program, a woman may not have to be put in her place all that often. Every once in a while, because women are emotional, because women can, they're not perfect. They fall off the wagon from time to time. As her man, it is your job. It is your responsibility to redirect her and keep her within the boundaries of what you know is best for her. Because remember, because of your masculine identity, she trusts in you. She trusts the consistency of your character to know what's best for her. And so subconsciously or consciously, she puts a certain authority in your hands in order to quote unquote, put her in her place. But what it really means is sometimes you got to check a bitch. Like, that's really what it is. Like, sometimes you got to put a woman in her place by either letting her know where she went wrong and what she needs to do to get back in place, or you need to show her the punishment side of the reward punishment dynamic of the relationship. Either way, you are the trusted man in her life. You are the trusted authority. You are the trusted influence in her life because of your masculine identity. And so she wants you to put her in her place. She wants you to have that authority over her because she trusts you. She wants you to have that authority over her. And it's not control or abuse, right? It is management and influence. And she trusts your masculine identity. Why? Because it's so consistent. So your consistency is what allows her to build trust in you. And with that trust, she bestows a certain level of authority. And so she knows that she may fall off. She knows that her emotions might make her a little bit too irrational or a little bit delusional, or she just might lose it. Right? Things happen in life where people get stressed out, especially women, and they may lose it. They may break down. They may, start to cry, start to lash out emotionally. Momentarily, they may have a lapse in their confidence. And who are they going to go to for that confidence? Who are they going to cleave to seek that redirection, that confidence, that knowledge, that consistency that they truly need? They're going to come to you. They're going to come to the man with the masculine identity. That's what they're going to do. And they're going to need, not just want you, but need you to put them in their place. Do you understand what I'm saying? And this is something that not many men understand, because so many guys are out here are on this like equal 50-50 partnership nonsense. And they're like, well, I'm not better than a woman, and me and my woman are totally equal, and everything is the same, and we could all do the same things, and men and women are totally equal. No, sir. That is not how it works. There are things that a man has to answer to that a woman doesn't. There are certain strengths and certain abilities that a woman has that a man doesn't. And therefore, we are not the same. But this is why, as a man, because you have to answer to so much and you have to be so responsible, you have to be the one with the masculine identity. You have to be the one with the consistency. You have to be the one with the influence and the management, which will ultimately provide boundaries to keep her safe. Sometimes I don't know if you ever heard this before, but sometimes you got to save a woman from herself. You understand? Just like how you have to save a child from touching the stove, you teach them why they shouldn't touch the stove. Sometimes it's the same way that we got to deal with some of these women, depending on their mind state, their emotionality, and so on and so forth. And I know for all of you people coming over here, I know you think I'm being misogynistic and all that other stuff, but I'm just giving it to you as real as I possibly can. You understand? I trust me, I already understand that me being understood is not a guarantee. But if you do understand me, it's definitely a blessing. And with that being said, thank you guys for checking out this video. I hope you got something for this video. Hope you're having a great day. Be good to yourself, be grateful, and remember, the truth is inside you. Peace.